Bruce Lee wanted to invite his master Ip Man to the United States to attend a karate tournament happening in their month, so he sent his student Billy to Hong Kong with a plane ticket. When Billy saw a photo of Ip Man, he got visibly excited. Then, he noticed someone practicing on the wooden dummy, but clearly using the wrong technique. He tried to offer some pointers, but the language barrier got in the way. The senior student mistook him for a curious tourist and asked him to leave, despite Billy's best efforts to explain himself. The communication gap only made things worse, and the senior insisted on kicking him out. Unexpectedly, Billy gave him a little shove, which quickly escalated the situation. The senior decided it was time to teach Billy a lesson, and made the first move. But after just a few exchanges, he found himself getting knocked back by a single punch. Billy didn't hesitate, and pressed on. The senior fought back with a punch of his own, but after a few more moves, it became clear he was outmatched. Just then, Ip Man stepped in, and sent Billy flying with a single kick. When Billy saw him, he lit up, and rushed over to give him a hug. He handed Ip Man a plane ticket and a book written by Bruce Lee, along with a message from Bruce himself. He really hoped his master would come to America. Ip Man was glad to hear from Bruce, but he turned down the invitation. He had recently been diagnosed with cancer, and wanted to spend his remaining time with his son. Unfortunately, his son Ip Ching wasn't exactly making things easy. He'd been getting into fights at school, and had just been expelled. The principal told Ip Man that since his son was so energetic, studying abroad might be a better fit. That night, Ip Man met with Officer Fat Po, and said he planned to go to America to find a school for his son, asking the officer to look after him during his absence. Soon after, Ip Man set off for the US alone. Upon landing, he inquired about the recommendation letter for school. A worker at the local newspaper told him that the letter had to come from Mr. Wan, the head of the Chinese Benevolent Association, but that Mr. Wan wanted to meet him first. With the worker's help, Ip Man arrived at the association. However, when he greeted the group with a respectful martial arts salute, the master sitting there completely ignored him.